just a time. Look into your eyes.
Hey, loves, it's your girl, Lovely Angel Lady, L-A-L. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, welcome. Your girl, L-A-L, does beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos. I also come in here and do these Let's Talk discussions, which we got back on a roll. Woo woo. So I'm super excited about that. Y'all, I got on my loops. Yeah, I got my glasses on because Vegas is super sunny. It's like 96 degrees today, but it's super windy. Let me let y'all hear outside what it sounds like. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but when I had both windows down, I had to roll them up because it was like super loud. I'm gonna try to, yeah, see, getting out of control. So yeah, we ain't gonna do that. But yeah, Vegas gets super windy if y'all didn't know. I hope that y'all will be so kind as to share this video because we want the fam to grow and to make it official and join the LAL fam. Is free sugars. All you gotta do is press that subscribe button. So please do make it official and become one of my loves. I need to have you in my life. Y'all, my voice is kind of raspy. I'm dealing with a little bit of like muscle weakness and stuff like that, so it affects my voice too. So hopefully y'all can hear me good, you know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn up the volume really quick and just make sure it's completely up because I didn't want to put my mic in. So today I just wanted to come do a Let's Talk discussion with y'all. I do beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content. Plus I come on here and I do these Let's Talk discussions for y'all. Yeah, I had to bring my boys out for school today. So I decided to chat with y'all, but I'm gonna roll up the windows because it's very windy. And we got cars rolling by too, so it's kind of a little bit noisy. But it's a beautiful day. It's like 96 degrees, but I wanted to just go ahead and do a Let's Talk discussion with y'all. While I'm sitting here, you know, waiting on them to get out. Yeah, it's really windy, y'all. But I wanted to talk to y'all about needing to be heard or knowing someone who often expresses the need to be heard, like constantly. We all want to be heard. We want people to relate to us, understand us, listen to us, to know what it is that we're going through, or listen to us to know what it is that we're trying to explain. And it takes communication, you know, but many of us ourselves, either it's us or we know someone else that complains often to us, oh, you don't listen. You never hear what I'm saying because you don't listen. And this is crazy because if you are a chosen one, or if you are just someone in a helping profession, like a counselor or a social worker, anything like that, it's crazy. Like if somebody tells you that, because it's like, I know you lying because you know you got nothing but good listening skills. It's like I'm not perfect and I might have other problems, but I do not have listening issues, listening to people, because you know, people like that are helpers, they naturally chime in. That's why so many people will like be glued to you. It's like they're attracted to you like magnets, because they know that you're a helper. They know that they're attracted to your energy. You know what I'm saying? They know that you have something that they can utilize from you. You have that power. That's just something about you, you know? And it can be difficult when you know that you try your best to listen, to be a really good listener, and someone, you know, makes it a point to always try to convince you that you are not doing something or that you do something that you don't do. You just have to be sure in who you are and have to know yourself, because when you know for a fact that's not what you do, what is the use to allowing somebody, giving somebody your energy, you being super low on energy, when you know that's not true, you know that's not the case, because you know God created you to be a very good listener, because you're naturally a helper. How can you help people? How could you serve in the ministry, or how could you be a helper and give back to the community? Whatever it is that you do, you just naturally be someone that's a helper that a lot of people go to. But you just have to be really careful, y'all, not to allow that to drain your energy, and you have to be mindful of what you give your energy to. You heard me? But y'all, I got my Lokes on because it's super sunny. But yeah, and I had to roll up my dang windows because it's beautiful outside, but that wind, y'all wouldn't be able to hear me too well. But yeah, be careful. If you are the one that often tells people that they don't listen, sometimes you do feel ignored, and you feel that people aren't listening to you. If you are the one that genuinely feels that other people ain't listening to you, like everything that you have to say ain't never important, like you are often neglected and just people just don't listen to anything that you have to say, that could be true. That the people around you are those type of people, and those aren't really people good for you to be around. So if that is the case, that's understandable, but just be careful that you're not so obsessed with hearing yourself. You heard me? That you're the main one constantly missing important information. I'm going to say something that's really important that a lot of people don't think about. When you so busy wanting to speak, like I'm speaking to y'all now to give y'all some type of value, you know what I mean? But when you just always got to be heard, you got to really look in your, look deep down inside and see, like, why is it that you require like special attention, and what is it that you're missing that you require this? We just did a video on validation, but why do you require to be heard all the time, to where, you making it a point to tell people that listen? They may not be understanding everything that you're saying, may ask you to repeat some because they're not comprehending everything that you're saying. But what makes you have that need that you need to tell somebody that they're not listening, when you are more than likely the one that doesn't listen, the one that misses all the important information? Like, y'all just think about somebody that maybe you might know in your family, maybe a sibling or something like that. And when you guys get in a deep discussion, if they're constantly saying, you're hard-headed, or you don't listen, you know what I mean? But they're the one that you have to constantly repeat information to. Those are the ones that tend to swear up and down that you don't listen. They're often the guilty one of rarely listening. And this type is too concerned with needing an extreme amount of focus and attention. And so you can't fix that for them. They have to be willing to look down deep and analyze, themselves, do some reflecting, and figure out like what is going on with them. But a lot of times people like that, they don't want to even admit that they have an issue, let alone fix anything or make a change. So, that's something that's not your issue. That's something that they have to figure out. They need to be reminded multiple times, though, 9 times out of 10, about tomorrow's plans, because all they care about is you hearing what they have to say. And they don't sit there and look at the fact that, hell, this person always has to repeat things back to me because I'm the one that's not listening. I'm always multitasking. I don't think it's important enough to hear what that person has to say or this person has to say, because it's not what I have to say. If it ain't me, it ain't important. And that's likely somebody that deals with being toxic, because a lot of people like that, they don't feel bad about hurting you or, causing you to feel uncomfortable or making you upset. If you don't care, if you don't have the emotion to even care about how you make the people that you supposedly love feel, you don't care. And what can we do about that? You know what I mean? And we're not going to get into too much about narcs right this moment, but I'm about to bring out some content about them too. But that's why I just keep referring to toxic in general. It just gets to the point where communication with these people becomes frustrating and complicated. You shut down, and guess what? They're confused about basically where the family is gathering this weekend, because they were far too good to listen to you, and you kept repeating yourself, and you just got tired of repeating yourself. You was like, I ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? So you just shut down. And that's just how sometimes it have to be. Sometimes you can't, when you know people looking to feed off of your energy and they bringing forth negative energy, you ain't got to bite, you ain't got to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Don't it's like when you go fishing and you catch the fish and you willing it in, you ain't got to will that in and welcome that in your life. And as chosen one, helpers, as people that, actually attract people, and, because we are naturally helpers, it's draining and exhausting. So sometimes you just have to let people learn. It's hard not to wonder if they ever will or not, is the thing. But that's not your problem. Like I say, when they get tired of looking silly and missing out, maybe they'll get it together. You know what I'm saying? If need be, distance yourself from that type of toxic behavior, because like I said, we can't make people do anything they don't want to do. Not even God will change somebody. God already told me, like, I've prayed for people, and we can always pray for people, but he's not going to change anybody against their will. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how long it carries on and continues, it can have long-term effects on your mental health. So you be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all had experience with this, but sometimes it'll even make you question somebody constantly telling you don't listen, but you know good and well that's not true. It will make you begin questioning who you are. Like, sticking around people like that, it's not good for your mindset. And it begins to make you feel almost like, if you give into it, like you are losing sight of who you are as a person. So when you know something good and well is not true, and if they keep on, persisting and saying that over and over again, since that's the case, I'm not going to argue with you about it. But if that's the case, if I'm not a good listener, why come to me and tell me anything? You come to me and you tell me all these things because you know good and well that I what? Say it with me. I listen. That's why you come to me and tell me all these things, because I listen. If I wasn't, you wouldn't be you complain about I don't listen, but you notice they'll still come to you over and over again, and then proceed somewhere down the middle of the conversation when the conversation's going good. It results to, see, that's what I'm talking about. You don't listen. If you accidentally interrupt them because you thought they were finished, it's like they're obsessed with being heard. And then it's crazy because they're telling you don't listen, but they're the main ones that don't listen. Like, if you have to constantly repeat yourself to me because I don't pay attention to you, that's one thing. But I'm the one who has to repeat everything to you. So that just lets you know you're not losing your mind. People battle demons. People, some people just have that energy that you just don't want to have nothing to do with. And guess what? It's up to who? You, sugars. It's up to you. You don't want to welcome that and start inviting that type of energy in your life. We are up against enough. We deal with spiritual warfare. We deal with all kind of things each and every single day where everything doesn't go in our favor. You know what I mean? We can be blessed, but we go through a lot. And why do you want additional issues that you don't need, that you're welcoming, that you're actually choosing to ignore, or not pay attention to the signs, think you can make it better? And we can't change people. God can do that. And if he won't do it against their will, what do we think we can do? Sometimes we think we can save any and everybody. But if somebody wants to fuss about you not listening, let me tell you, this is what you do. You can listen if you want to still deal with this person, if you don't want to distance yourself, because that's the number one thing that I say to do if someone's not going to change, because you're going to constantly be draining yourself of your energy and inviting that type of negativity in your environment, which you should not be doing. But if you are not ready, or you have not gotten to the point where you decided what you're going to do about that particular friendship, relationship, or whatever this person, a coworker, whoever they are to you, what you do is, when this person speaks to you, you listen, but you don't always have to have a lot to say back. Because a lot of times people value you as somebody that's naturally a helper. You have a lot to give, and so they value what you have to say. And so By you know, they know you got the good, you know. They know you got the valuable information, the things, the resources that can possibly help them. So that's why they keep coming to you. And if they really truly believe that you didn't listen, besides for the sake of them just wanting to start trouble and, you know, bring about issues and be toxic, then why are they coming to you? And you could even say, well, if I'm not a good listener, you should probably be telling somebody else these things. Since you think that I'm not a good listener, yeah, find somebody who is and tell them all your issues. Since I sit here time in and time out and listen to everything that you have to say, but you too good to hear me out. You always too busy or too good to hear what other people have to say. That you are just so obsessed with hearing yourself, you know. And if they proceed to tell you things, you can listen, but you don't have to just be quiet about giving a lot of feedback and carrying on the conversation. You just be very short and silent, because that's how toxic people drain you of your energy when you interact with them back. So if they make you angry and upset, and you get in an argue with them, what does that do? Number one, if they have demons within them, if you giving them more power. If it's just negative energy, you feeding into that negative energy, and the negative energy in your life is growing. Y'all, my camera had cut off for a minute, but what I was gonna say is just make it a point to be more of a listener than more of a speaker. Like when you sharing and you giving knowledge, you spitting knowledge and you giving people, you know, valuable content and information, that's one thing. But if it's just always, if you notice that you're in a conversation, you're communicating with someone, you know, it's a lot of signs and it's a lot of things that we miss from we're talking and speaking too much. Even if we allow somebody to upset us to where we're just rambling, or, you know, we've allowed them to take our energy, some of our good energy away, and we've welcomed that negative energy in our lives. And, you know, we don't need that. We should not be welcoming that. You are better than that. You do not deserve that. And you just have to be really mindful of not setting boundaries. And once you allow people to slip up so many times, they're going to do it. But if you completely shut that down right in the beginning, they're going to know that you ain't the one to be tried. So since I'm not a good listener, go ahead and go down to the street to Teresa and go tell Teresa your problems. You know, go talk to Chris, or, you know, whomever else that might have time, because I ain't got time today, tomorrow, or the next day for you to be sitting here constantly telling me, when I know good and well that if I did not provide any type of value in your life, you would not keep coming to me to tell me anything. You would not come to me for advice. You know what I mean? When it just gets to the point where somebody just constantly complain, okay, well, your choice is, you got options. You can go call somebody in your family. You could go anywhere else, but don't bring that to me, since you believe, because you don't have to agree and say that you're not a good listener when you know you are. But since you don't believe that I'm a good listener, then, you know, I'm sure you know somebody who is. And, you know, some people will think that you just being, you know, smart, you know, you being sarcastic or whatever. But it ain't even about that. It's just about what you're not about to do. And that's just let somebody run you and treat you like that. Don't welcome that type of energy in your lives. And if you're the person that always has to be heard, find out why. Figure out, like, what is going on with you. Because people are going to constantly want to get away from you when you do those things. It just is not welcoming. It does not make the environment or the relationship welcoming. So all you want to do is get away from people that are like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to talk to y'all about today. So I hope that y'all got some type of value from this. Please do in the comments, or either DM me on Instagram at LovelyAngelLady on Instagram. Y'all can drop it down in the comments down below, though, topics that y'all want. If it's certain things about a relationship you're having a hard time, you know, finding a soulmate, how do you know what it is that you truly seek in someone? What are the type of things that you should, you know, accept? And, you know, because some people, they say they want a whole lot in a person, but you also have to think about what you have to give. You know what I mean? So any type of videos, you know, any type of topics that y'all want me to chime in on. It could be something that happened in the news. It could be, you know, that y'all want to get my 2 cents on. But your girl LAL loves y'all so much. The boys should be getting out soon. And yeah, I will be heading back to the house But I hope y'all got something out of this. If y'all have experienced this, I would like to hear in the comments. What was your experience with this? Like, have you been told when you know good and well that you're a good listener that you're not constantly by the same people or the same person? Yeah, I'd like to hear about that. So, anyway, y'all, be blessed. Do something positive for somebody. Stay safe out there. I love you. Go follow me on social media. I hope you join the LAL fam because what? Your girl gotta have you in my life. I thank y'all so much, fam, for watching, and I'm gonna catch y'all later. Bye bye.